Vice Chairman Lee, Ranking Member Heinrich, and other members of the committee, I thank you for the invitation. I appreciate the opportunity to contribute to this discussion of social capital and economic opportunities. Social capital is something that nations can have and something that individuals can have. A nation's social capital is its degree of connectedness, sense of community, and civic participation. And as you've all read, there is an ongoing debate over whether these conditions have declined in the United States over the last 50 years. Today, I will focus instead on the social capital of individuals, which is the resources they have access to by virtue of their networks. These resources can be of many different kinds. Three are especially important: information, social support, and the reinforcement of norms. To be clear, I'll use an example. Consider someone who has decided to improve his health by beginning to lift weights. This person can go it alone, but having a partner on hand will provide access to the three resources. First, information, as the partner is likely to have access to different sources of information on nutrition or lifting. Second, social support, as the partner can serve as a literal spotter to assist while pressing heavier weights. And third, the reinforcement of norms, as the partner will be a source of motivation. You are far less likely to skip going to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning if your partner, is going to be there waiting. These three resources will increase the odds that the new venture will succeed. The benefits suggested by this analogy are supported by the literature. For example, there is abundant evidence that the information available through networks helps people move up the economic ladder and get jobs. There's also evidence that the social support available through networks helps people avoid the worst mental and health consequences of major life stressors. Having noted these benefits, I must clarify two things. First, some commentators have used the term social capital to refer to core values such as hard work, marriage, and education. However, social capital and values are different things. Values are beliefs. Social capital is a tool. Just as the weightlifter is more likely to fail not because he lacks the values, but because he lacks the partner, so may a highly motivated person pursuing work or education have difficulty meeting her goals because she lacks the information or support or norm reinforcement that is available through social networks. Information is especially important. For example, many talented low-income students do not apply to elite colleges because they do not know that such colleges can provide grants to cover the costs of their own tuition charges. This kind of information is well known in middle-class networks and easily taken for granted, but it's often missing among lower-income kids. Second, I clarify that social capital is no panacea. Often, economic resources are necessary. Just as the lifter must be able to afford the necessary nutritional supplements and new clothing and expensive gym membership, so must low-income children have access to proper nutrition and school supplies and high-quality education to have good odds of success. Social capital alone is not enough. I will conclude my comments by focusing on the role of effective policy can have in helping people build valuable social capital. One of the best sites to do so, I believe, is early education programs, which can be mobilized to help not only children, but also their parents. Many childcare and early education programs help parents build social capital. A national survey recently found that 60% of mothers whose children were enrolled in childcare centers made at least one new friend there, and as a result, had networks of close friends more than 30% larger than those of statistically comparable mothers whose children were not in centers. These networks mattered for both mental and material hardship, for example. Low-income mothers whose children were enrolled in centers and who made friends there had 40% lower odds of depression. Their material hardship scores, or the extent to which they had their utilities cut off or weren't hungry for lack of food, or showed other indicators of true economic difficulty, were more than 20% lower. The promise of social capital has motivated early education centers to experiment different ways of improving their work. One randomized controlled trial managed to increase Head Start attendance by 7% in the winter months just by nudging parents into mobilizing their own social capital, thus maximizing the return on tax dollars already spent, while also helping improve school readiness among low-income children. The intervention itself, I should say, cost almost nothing. Improving and expanding early education have been topics of debate in recent years. I think thinking more expansively about the role of parents may prove valuable. Parents or children are part of a unit, and social capital is a great tool through which effective policy can provide all members of the unit true access to opportunity. I recommend that Congress explore the potential of interventions focused on social capital in contexts such as early education programs. Thank you very much.